So it's this intentionally crafted playlist and intentionally crafted cueing to provide a dance experience, a journey dance experience into the soma.
Questions?
Okay, yeah. So you're the host.
I'm the host.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're the guest.
I'm the guest. Okay.
So tell me a little bit about yourself, Rachel.
Yes, I am Rachel Eisenstat.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you want to know about me?
What is your life purpose?
My life purpose is allowing myself and others to fully accept themselves and to embrace all parts of them and step into the world as embodied and full as they can.
That is beautiful and intense.
It is intense. But it gets to be really fun also.
Yeah, I was just about to ask, how is that playing out for you right now?
Yeah. One of my favorite things to do is to connect with people one-on-one and support whatever is coming up for them.
Yeah.
I'm not someone who values any emotions over another.
Yeah.
And so like when someone's like fully in their joy, I'm there to hold that. Someone's in like deep fucking anger. Can you curse on this?
Oh yeah, you can.
Oh,
you
cool,
can say whatever you want.
I'm there to hold that too. And I think that it's such a gift for me to witness people in their fullness, no matter what's coming up, because as children, we're not always fully supported in that expression.
Yeah.
So now, in any interaction you have, when you can be seen in that aliveness, no matter if it's like full on life joy or like full on death, grief, deep sorrow, it's really healing for the timeline of our being that's still within us to be able to be seen. So in those moments, even though they're happening now, they of being seen and held, it goes back and we can unravel what we're still holding on to, both mentally and physically and somatically. And that's really what I practice, is somatic healing.
Yeah. So for those that don't necessarily know what somatic healing is, can you give a really brief description of what that looks like?
Yeah, so soma means body in Greek. And somatics then is the modality of working with the body. And I use somatics as this umbrella term. People are like, mind, body, soul healing a lot. To me, it's somatic healing. It's all of it.
Yeah. Okay. So you're somatic healing right now. You're working with that. You are play in that area, I guess I'll say. 'Cause
Yeah.
You're quite a playful, fun person. Yeah. What would a session, like what's that look like? What do you do? Somebody comes up to you and they're processing grief or a childhood trauma, and then the process is?
Yeah. So I really value feeling and sensation. And oftentimes in the world of healing, we use solely our minds, and we do a lot of processing verbally. So what I do as a practitioner is say, I hear everything you're saying right now. What's going on in your body? So it's this connection, just bridging that gap between the mind and the body, getting into the soma.
Yeah.
And from that place, they'll be like, oh, my shoulders are really tight right now. And what's really cool about the nuances of sensation in the language of the body is that it speaks in poetics.
Yeah.
So you hear people when they start to describe what's alive for them in their body and their soma, they're like, I feel this deep swirling of orange energy as I'm like imagining the anger that I hold towards XYZ.
Yeah.
And staying with that, breathing in whatever is alive, getting really clear, really descriptive, and connected to what's coming up, and allowing our breath then to create space to allow for the shift to come,
Yeah.
or like whatever needs are there, and it's usually just witnessing fully what is alive. So you don't need to get into the deep story of what happened. It's really just the fully feeling
Yeah.
and getting clear on that feeling that can provide so much more integration into ourselves and our fullness.
Yeah, I love your face when you talk about it because you're just so like, I know it can help everyone and I know what it can do. And like, it's beautiful to see because you don't see very many people, especially out there in the world, not at Envision Fest where a lot of people are following their alignment and working with what they want to do. But in the everyday, they don't have this excitement, this passion with what they're doing, and you definitely do. I know that you happen to be leading something tomorrow at Envision Festival. What's that? It's like a group thing. Is that in the same line, or what's the purpose of that one?
Yeah, so tomorrow I'm guiding something called Journey Dance. And in the world of somatics, to me, any modality that can get you in your body is so useful. It's just an incredible tool. So one of the, no matter what, when I dance, that's how I can get into my body and really feel that the poetics that I was talking about. Yeah, the power, whatever is alive. So tomorrow, when I'm facilitating Journey Dance, it's broken up into specific elements that helps us to use a guided space to work with the different layers of our humanness. So it'll start from embodiment, getting on the ground, feeling the surface area of your body, moving into a water quality, getting into our synovial fluid, getting into our joints, moving into fire, releasing what we have to, a lot of stomping, then coming into the heart. And that's where like strings would come into play.
Yeah.
And so it's this intentionally crafted playlist and intentionally crafted cueing to provide a dance experience, a journey dance experience into the Soma.
Yeah, that's really cool. That sounds brilliant. I'm super stoked to go. Because, that just, like you said, like the feeling, all the parts of the body and connecting with that and just being okay with how it moves and how it feels and that acceptance, I think is super important. And a lot of people are, I love to dance, but so many people are a little self-conscious on the dance floor and like, what am I doing? And it's like, that's not what it's about. It's about releasing and letting go of any judgment from outside and just loving the inside. That's what I'm kind of hearing.
Yeah. Deep acceptance in the movement, in our own movement. And Journey Dance is for any body.
Yeah.
It's not about how big or how crazy your movements are. It's about what intuitively does your body need? How do you need to express yourself?
Yeah.
And one of the parts of Journey Dance, I tell the community, share your story with the dance floor. How is that moving through you right now? So you allow for the music to move you, your own story to move you, and that's what gets to come to the surface.
Yeah. I love that. Share your story with the dance floor. That's brilliant.
Yeah. You can use that all throughout Envision, any other sets,
yeah,
too, whatever's coming up.
Keep saying it. Share your story with the dance floor, with the jungle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The jungle will love it.
It will love it. Oh, man. Were you at the set yesterday where the bugs changed key with the music?
No way.
Yeah. No?
That's super dope, though.
It was awesome. Yeah. They were geeking out on stage. They were like, everybody pay attention. I don't think really any of us could notice, but yeah, it was pretty cool. But I happen to know that you also have other bigger plans.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about those.
So the bigger plans, working in somatics, I feel there's this huge potential emerging for trauma-sensitive work in transformational spaces.
Yeah.
So how can we fully accept and hold what is coming up for all individuals in community. And how can we do that really skillfully?
Yeah.
Using the techniques of somatics and welcoming and compassion, as well as other Western psychological theory that has been clinically proven to support and heal.
Yeah.
So I really want to study somatics, become a professor of somatics, and bring that to different spaces to help cultivate and lift up leaders and give them these tools. So they can make sure that people are integrating whatever is happening in their process as healthy as possible, as effectively as possible, and as safe as possible.
Yeah.
Because safety is one of the most important aspects in healing work, because our nervous system loves safety. And when we feel safe, that's when we can open up. That's when we can truly understand and embody the information that we gain in any interaction.
Yeah, I think it's fascinating. I love body work though, and like all kinds of stuff, whether it's strength or movement or processing. So maybe I've had a couple discussions on this. So yin yoga, for example, people go and they're like, oh, it's good stretching. But then you hear other people talking about how your emotions are stored in your body and your muscles, or in forget what it's called, the connective tissue. Yeah, the fascia. Thank you. And how it's stored in there. And so then when you're doing yin, a lot of people have these emotional breakdowns because all of a sudden these past emotions are being released out of that. I'm not sure it's scientifically based, but do you have thoughts on that?
Yeah. I truly believe the body holds all of our life.
Yeah.
It's our constant.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that our body would remember, just as we have memory.
Yeah.
Because they are the same. That's what the soma is. Just as you have long-term memory, that's from what we understand of the mind and consciousness, that's in long-term memory storage of the neurological system.
Yeah.
But the nervous system is all throughout our body.
Yeah.
So why would our memory only be stored in our brains if we are everything?
That's a good point.
So I'm a huge believer in the release of somatic release in things like yoga, body work, massage work. And I'm really looking forward to the people who are doing studies on this that can give us a more clinical, logical approach to talking about it. And it's happening.
Yeah. So I'm guessing you'll integrate that with everything else that you're doing in the future.
Yeah, for
I think
sure.
big things are going to happen. So you're here in the Freedom Culture Camp at Envision. How did you find freedom culture, or this collective flag we're all, and how did you end up here, like with what you're doing? Or is that not what brought you here?
I met the creators of the mastermind about 3 years ago at another eco village. So what brought us together already were the values of what this eco village brings up in people. So I met Samantha Lotus there and Mark Angelo and really connected. And Samantha was my mentor and now one of my closest, dearest friends. And she's the one helping me put on and create this journey dance tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it's been really a pleasure to
speak of the devil.
Yeah, wow.
Samantha's just walking by. Come in. We were talking about you.
Oh, hey. This is so fun. Oh, two of my favorite humans. This is great. Okay, well, I'm going to give you a little kiss.
Hi.
Everyone's so lucky to be listening to you.
Samantha Lotus, everyone.
Yes, yes.
And so she was a huge catalyst in my growth and my ability to step into my own gifts and my own fullness. So last year I came to the mastermind at Punta Mona and I knew I had to come back because it was just one of the most incredible experiences I've ever had, and really what made it so amazing were the connections. The people here are the most loving and present and like freaking brilliant people that I've ever met. And I'm really inspired by the community of this culture.
Yeah. Yeah. When Mark said he was trying to be the dumbest person in the room, he wasn't kidding, because the people there are so, I sit there often and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to pretend I know what they're talking about, and I'll ask them about it later, because yeah, everybody else seems to know and I don't want to like hold everybody back. Yeah. So then I guess a final question for you. What does freedom culture mean to you personally?
Freedom culture, to me, the word that's coming up, like I feel this tingling in the back of my heart right now, and it's really how can we truly express our love in the world?
I love that. I mean, I think that's beautiful, and I would probably agree wholeheartedly. So cool. Thanks for playing with me.
Yeah, thank you so much. This has been such a pleasure.
If people want to find you, where can they do that? Do you have a website or Instagram or Facebook? Or all of the
you can
above?
find me on all of those things. I'm Rachel Eisenstat, and more to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll put links for anything in the comments.
Okay, great.
And thanks.
Thank you so
Thanks for
much.
playing. Can't wait to share our stories with the dance floor with you
Oh,
tonight.
yeah.